Have you ever felt like you're just playing a part? Like your life is some kind of grand performance? Well, you're not alone. Over 400 years ago, William Shakespeare had the exact same thought, and he turned it into one of the most famous speeches ever written. He basically framed our entire lives as a play in 7 acts. So let's dive in and take a look at this incredible breakdown of the human experience.
It all kicks off with this legendary line from his play, As You Like It. Think about it. All the world's a stage, and we're not the audience, we're the actors. We have our entrances, which is birth, and our exits, which is death. And the time in between, well, that's us playing a whole bunch of different parts. It's such a simple idea, but wow, it has some seriously profound implications for how we look at our own lives. So that really makes you think, doesn't it? If we're all just actors playing these roles, what exactly are the roles? What are the different acts in this play of life? And maybe more importantly, which act are you in right now? Luckily for us, Shakespeare breaks it all down. So here they are, the 7 acts of a lifetime. Shakespeare gives us this incredible roadmap showing 7 totally distinct stages, and each one comes with its own attitude, its own behaviors, its own purpose. We start out completely helpless, then we grow ambitious, we settle into wisdom, and then finally we fade. All right, let's pull back the curtain on Act 1. Act 1 covers our earliest years. This is where it all begins, where the very foundations of our character get built. It's a journey that takes us from being completely dependent on others all the way to the turbulent emotional chaos of young love. The play opens, and who's on stage? The infant. Shakespeare's description is, let's be honest, pretty graphic. Mewling and puking in a nurse's arms. It's a perfect picture of just total helplessness. Then that infant grows into the whining schoolboy who drags himself to school, creeping like a snail. I mean, come on, we've all been there, right? That feeling of not wanting to go to school. And then the hormones kick in. The third stage is the lover. And this person is pure passion and drama. Shakespeare says he's sighing like a furnace, just burning with these intense emotions. And what does he do with all that feeling? He writes these sad poems, these woeful ballads about his beloved's eyebrow. Yeah, her eyebrow. It's that time of life when feelings are just overwhelming and, let's face it, often a little bit ridiculous. Okay, now we're getting into the main event of life's play. In Act 2, our focus shifts. It's not about our internal feelings so much anymore. It's about making our mark on the world, building a career, earning a reputation, and really carving out our place in society. The 4th act brings us the soldier, and the most important phrase here is bubble reputation. This character is full of bold promises, they're quick to pick a fight, and they are fiercely protective of their honor. They're willing to risk absolutely everything, literally staring down a cannon, all for a reputation that Shakespeare tells us is as fragile and as temporary as a soap bubble. Now, of course, you don't have to join the army to be a soldier. Just think about the modern professional, that person who's super driven, ambitious, maybe a little too protective of their reputation at work. They're always ready to jump into an argument to defend their ideas. They're chasing that exact same bubble reputation, just in the corporate jungle instead of on a battlefield. So after all the battles are fought, we reach the 5th stage, the justice. This is that middle-aged figure who's found some success, some status. They've settled down, maybe they've got that fair round belly, and now they're just brimming with advice. They're full of what Shakespeare calls wise saws, which is just a cool old term for proverbs, and modern instances, or recent examples to back up their points. You know this person. We all know this person. They have an opinion on absolutely everything. They've got this look of stern judgment in their eyes, and they just love to share their wisdom, whether you asked for it or not. In their mind, they've seen it all, they've done it all, and now they get to sit back and play the part of the wise, established authority figure. As we enter the 3rd and final act of the play, you can feel the tones start to shift. It gets quieter, more reflective. The explosive ambition of our youth and middle age starts to fade, and it gives way to this quiet, inevitable journey toward life's final exit. And the physical change is just so stark. That confident, fair round belly of the justice is gone. It's replaced by the frailty of old age. The clothes that used to fit just right are now, as Shakespeare puts it, a world too wide for a shrinking body. It's such a poignant and powerful image of life coming full circle. So, in the 6th act, our character becomes the lean and slippered pantaloon. Now, that's actually a reference to a classic character from old Italian comedy, a skinny, foolish old man. His voice, once deep and commanding, shrinks to a childish treble, kind of whistling when he talks. He's frail, he needs glasses, and his whole world has started to shrink around him. And then the play closes, the seventh and final act. Shakespeare calls it second childishness and mere oblivion. It's a full circle return to a state of helplessness, a lot like infancy. Our actor makes his final exit from the stage, but he leaves without his senses. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. It's a stark, unforgettable, and honestly, kind of a haunting way to end the performance. So why? Why, after 400 years, are we still talking about this? Why does this vision of life still hit so close to home? Well, it's not just the beautiful poetry. It's the incredibly powerful idea at its core, and the timeless truths that it forces us to look at. The whole thing is built on this one brilliant extended metaphor. Life is a play. It's as simple as that. By giving us this comparison, Shakespeare hands us a completely new lens to see our own lives through. All our different roles, our wins, our losses, they're all just part of a temporary performance on this massive world stage.
When you think about it that way, you're left with a pretty profound message. It's a reminder that life is a cycle and that nothing, not our youth, not our strength, not our status, is permanent. It's a humbling thought, you know? It cautions us against getting too proud because at the end of the day, it's all fleeting. Maybe the real secret to a good life is just to accept the part you're playing and to play it with everything you've got.
Shakespeare gave us the 7 acts, but he also left us with a final, unspoken challenge. See, each of us is the author, the director, and the star of our own play. Your story is still being written. So as the curtain rises on your today and your tomorrow, the only question left is, what will your next act be?